All right, so recap of last night or a couple weeks ago, whatever the heck it was. Um, the session started by interrogating the courier. Raphael at first tried to be nice with him when he didn't really get any information. He became a little bit more forceful. You eventually got information that he was taking barrels from the Grand Church of Illumination down to the Stonemeyer Trade Company at the docks, and he would just like drop them off behind. He didn't know what was inside of them, never looked, never asked. Uh, and then you guys bought him, and that the next time that he was to make a delivery, that he would get into contact with you guys, drop it off somewhere of your desire. That way you could get one of the crates and see what was in them. And you came up with this plan to get him shit-faced drunk at a bar, and that would be his excuse for why he's been missing the last couple of days. From there, you went back to your tavern that you're staying at and decided to split into three different groups. Raphael, Fulmar, and Ben went to the Grand Church of Illumination. Yeet, Kaz, and Drazir went to the Catacombs, and Briddy and Mushu went to the Government District. Uh, After turning Ben invisible, uh, he snuck around, found himself in a room where he was initially looking for a key, but then he found a book that he believed might be the Altered Prophecy. In the catacombs, uh, Yeet, Kaz, and Drazir just stumbled into this large cavern area that we haven't really explored what it is just yet. And Briddy and Mushu had finished up what they were doing, and they found maps of different tunnels within the archives. Any questions?
No.
All right. So we will start with Kaz and Jazir with the area that you are currently in. Um, One second. Um, so, as you walk out of this tunnel into the catacombs, you the corridor opens into an immense circular chamber. Its walls are covered in twisting murals depicting grotesque figures in deep blue robes, their arms raised toward a shrouded deity with hollow eyes and rotting skin. You immediately recognize him as being Fanir. The ground is a mosaic of black and deep crimson stone, forming an intricate sigil that pulses faintly with a sickly green energy. The stones feel wrong, almost warmer, as if they should be alive. At the center of the chamber, you see an altar of polished obsidian, its surface smeared with dried red liquid. Resting atop it is an ancient idol of Fanir, carved from a material that seems to almost drink in the light. It's vaguely humanoid, but its features are eroded, its mouth gaping open in silent, endless scream. Around the altar, you see several iron chains hanging from the ceiling, their ends twisted into cruel hooks. Dark stains on the floor beneath them suggest that they are not used for restraint, but for offerings. Scattered across the chambers are half-melted candles, decorated holy symbols, and shattered relics from other faiths. Their presence, an insult to the gods the cult seeks to overthrow. What are you doing?
Um,
All right, first, I guess, can I do a perception check to see if we notice anybody else around or clues that somebody was here recently?
Uh, yeah, perception or investigation, your choice.
My investigation.
All of us rolling, or just him?
You can all roll.
is is we're just rolling perception.
Perception or investigation. And then tell me what
21.
each. Then you have to tell me what each of you are looking for. You can't all be looking for the same thing. Kaz is looking to see if anybody's been there recently.
Um,
I'm checking out the you said the rocks were warmers if they should be alive. I'm just kind of looking into those a little bit more.
is there anything of like particular interest? Like, I guess that stands out more than anything else.
I mean, not in particular. Like it's
Or- No, like symbols or anything like that.
no, like there's like I mean like there's veneer symbols, but there's nothing that you wouldn't expect to see.
Okay. And Jacob was looking to see if anyone had been there recently.
Yeah, what'd you roll, Jacob?
17.
17. Uh, yeah. So you notice that the sticky red substance on the altar is blood, and the blood on the floors beneath these chains are still fresh. So this was just done and recent.
Question for the DM. When would I use an insight check instead of perception?
Um, when you're trying to read somebody.
And can I perform an arcana check on the altar after we do check their two things?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
Um, to get if I can get a sense of what the purpose of, obviously I know it's blood, right?
Right.
Can I get a sense of what kind of ritual is being performed? What are the results of what would be the results of the ritual? Why, like, what, is it just general worship or is there some kind of magic being performed here?
Okay. Yeet, what did you end up rolling?
19.
19. Uh, yeah, I mean, you don't really notice anything with the floor. It's just kind of weird and warm. You're not sure if it's like some sort of like magical residue or what exactly is going on with it. But it's not actually alive. All right, Kaz, would you roll for your Arcana?
Hold on now. 26.
26. Uh, you you definitely realize that it was some sort of human sacrifice. knowing that Fanir is the god of rot, lies, and ambition, it wouldn't be too far-fetched that it's less about magic involved and more just about grotesque sacrifice.
Metal as fuck.
Okay.
And I'll say that as you look around, between the three of you, you all rolled well enough. Uh, you do find a notebook that when you thumb through it, um, you find whose ever notebook this is. It's like a diary, and it's revealed that Zalastra Night Whisper pressured him into performing these uh, sacrifices.
Lastra Night Whisper.
Yep.
Do we know who that is? Or is that just a new name to us?
I'm not sure. Give me 1 second.
I think it's a new name.
I believe it is a new name for you.
Okay, so Lastra Night Whisper pushed whoever here was here into doing these rituals.
Right.
Got it. But the journal doesn't tell us who it belongs to.
No.
Got it. Anybody else have any ideas on what we could do to check in here? There's nobody here. We found the journal. There's no spell being performed here. Do we think that we've kind of hit this?
Is there any other way out? Like, is there some other kind of secret way into this room or out of this room?
Roll a perception or investigation.
13.
13. You do not see anything. You do not see an extra way out, just the way that you came in through the catacombs.
Was this the only part of the catacombs was down there? I thought there were a couple of points of interest.
There was another point of interest. This is just where you ended up at.
Okay, so if we go back, we could. This is the only way through. We got to go back through this tunnel and see if we can find anything else down here. So, Drazir, any other thoughts down here? Do we try and head back to the tunnel and see if we can find anything else down here in the catacombs?
Trying to see if. Let's see. And everything's pretty well lit. Like, there isn't anything that we can't see.
I mean, it's dim lighting, but yeah, you can see around the chamber pretty well.
Okay.
It's pretty open. There's not like a lot of places that anybody could hide, if that's what you're asking.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering if there was just like anything on the walls or anything like that. Like if I used control flame and just kind of made it brighter in the room so that we wouldn't miss anything.
No, you just see
Like it's the rest of it's just cave.
yeah, I mean, like, there are, like, tapestries up on the walls, and there are, like, writings and stuff that appear to be, like, in blood, but it's all praising and worshiping Fanir.
Okay. then yeah, there's nothing else I can really think of, unless we want to wait to see if someone comes back.
I think even if somebody does come back, best we can do is save somebody else from being sacrificed, which probably won't really buy us that much. We got limited
And there's
cash.
nothing on like the bodies or anything like that.
There is no
There are
bodies.
no
Oh.
bodies.
Yeah, we're only seeing blood.
Well, okay.
Are you taking the journal?
Yeah, we'll take the journal with us.
Okay.
I'll keep it in my pocket.
All right. So as you go to leave, all three of you are seasoned veterans in combat. As you go to enter the tunnel to walk away, you feel eyes on the back of your neck, and you just feel this cold presence that's coming from behind you from the area that you just left. You hear a faint, wet chuckle echo through the chamber, coming from all directions.
Does my staff light up?
No, and you see nobody around you.
Okay, so we're
Do
not
I,
in immediate danger.
No.
I don't see anything with a lantern.
You see nothing with your lantern.
Can I do it? Can I do an Arcana check on this to see if it's something magical spying on us, or if we're literally getting like fucking ghost or God watching us? I don't know if Arcana's gonna find that out, but
Go ahead.
Would it? Well, no, it wouldn't be a religion.
16.
16. There are no magical sources other than the faint stuff coming from your weapons and armor.
Okay. What about? No.
With that,
No.
we're going to switch over to Brady and Mushu.
Okay.
So, you were going through the city archives looking for maps. You found a bunch of maps that you thought might pique interest. Are you copying them all down before you leave, or are you gonna try to steal the maps?
I would say that she's going to copy them down in a like small notebook that she has. Trying to be as like accurate as possible. Can she make a perception check to see if like anybody is watching her while she's doing this?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Ooh, 23.
Nope, nobody's watching you.
Cool.
Go
So yeah,
ahead.
whoop, what'd you say?
Make a sleight of hand check to see how well you are able to copy the tunnels.
Ooh. Ooh, 21.
21. Yeah, you're very successful with it.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I am. Yeah, so definitely gonna copy that down. I'm gonna be honest, I did not have a plan when coming into the city archives. So, um, I'm looking over my notes. Give me 1 second. So, from what I remember, the last time there was like in the maps per se that there was strange like passages and tunnels that appeared to be sealed after the church was built.
Yes.
Okay. Also, in these, does it give any like dates of like when the church was built? Like how old is this church in the city?
Um, for what you're looking at specifically right now, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't say.
Okay.
If you have enough time, you might be able to try to pull up like building plans or something for the church and look into it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just try and look up like the plan, the plans of the building real quick. Give me 1 second. Trying to look at my skills because the freaking app or not app website is like screwing up with my phone. Oh my gosh. That wouldn't be like, would that be more of an investigation?
Yeah, I would say it's probably investigation.
Okay. All right. She's just gonna try and find. I'm kind of imagining like the city archives, like kind of like a weird library area where there's like rows and rows and rows of books. And like information or scrolls or whatever. I just kind of imagine her like rummaging through, trying to find anything close to like church building or something of that nature to try and find out the plans. So I'm gonna roll an investigation. Um, Ooh, not good. 11.
All right. Yeah. So you eventually find it, but it takes you about 4 hours to figure it out. So about this time, uh, you're getting told that there's a very short amount of time left that the building is actually going to be open for your use today.
Okay. Um, what I have to do, trying to think. Oh no, that's something different. Would I still make another like investigation check or perception check by any chance to kind of like look over anything of like note from the plans?
Yeah, it would be another investigation.
Okay. All right. Fingers crossed. Ooh, 24.
24. All right. Yeah. So you're able to go through these plans pretty quickly. And based on the information that you've been given previously about like the little service door that goes off to the left and the weird door way back in the corridor that people are allowed to be in, you're able to kind of like follow all of the plans to get back there. But then
Mhm.
that door doesn't actually exist in these plans.
Okay.
And you see that this building, the Grand Church of Illumination, is actually only about 20 years old.
Okay. She's also going to write down this information as well, just like very quickly, like note jotting through that little notebook. Just because she knows that they're going to be closing soon, and she doesn't want to raise too much suspicion. Um,
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Fuck. Okay.
See if you get it done in time or not.
Okay. All right. 18.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right as you finish making your last note, an attendant comes around telling you that you need to put everything back, that they are closed for the day.
Okay. She's just gonna very quickly shut the I would assume it's like a book or something or a scroll. Just very quickly shuts it, put it back on the shelf, and says, and very gives a very curt thank you to the attendant. And then quickly stuffs everything in the bag and in like her little like bag or whatever that she carries, and just walks out. I would
Alright,
assume Mushu is following because I think Mushu went with me? Question mark.
Mushu, what were you doing this entire time?
He was just chilling.
Mushu. You're muted.
Doing some fat bong rips.
He's driving.
I was watching, make sure nobody bothered Broody.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so you guys leave the government district and head back for the night. That brings us back to Raphael, Fulmar, and Ben. The day is a few hours previous of that still. Raphael and Fulmar, you are currently in the upper part of the worship area. Ben, you find yourself in a little office and you just found a book. What are you doing?
If I remember correctly, I was taking the book, and I believe I was trying to exit.
What? I can't hear you.
Hold on. I believe I was trying to take the book and exit. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, it's my fucking headphones being retarded. I said I believe I was taking the book and trying to leave the area.
Okay. You grab the book, you put it inside your coat so it goes invisible with you. As you're getting ready to leave, the door creaks open and in walks a bishop.
Oh shit!
Isn't Ben
Whoops.
still like invisible?
Yes,
Isn't
yes, Ben is invisible still. He
and sorry,
has
remind me one more time. Where's Ben and Raphael at?
They are inside of the Grand Church of Illumination.
Okay,
So when
I
you
just wanted to make
first
sure for my notes.
Yep, when you walk into the Grand Church of Illumination, there are stairs that goes up within like this worship center. Think of like a very large Catholic church. Raphael and Fulmar are up there right now. Ben is in the back of the church in a bishop's office.
Okay, is this the same bishop that we were talking to previously?
No, it is a different one.
Okay.
Not that Ben would know
So,
that, but yeah.
Yeah.
am I able to like get around the bishop, like sneak around the bishop and exit, or is he like standing in the doorway?
He is gonna walk into the door, like, or not walk into the door, but open the door, walk in, close the door behind him, and go to his desk.
Oh shit!
Do you have any spells that can help?
I don't think I do. I'm pretty sure all my you know, spells. Um, um, fuck. I mean, I have disguise self, but I would have to go on and leave the invisibility to essentially make that worth using. I guess I'm going to attempt to try to sneak out the door, carefully open up the door and try and sneak out.
All right.
Sorry. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Uh, roll a stealth check for me. We're getting interesting.
Oh no, that's gonna be a 10.
The floor creaks as you walk over to it. One second. Oh, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Good
The
luck,
hell?
Ben.
Do 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 do. Ooh. Okay, so the floor creaks as you walk over, and you're like, it's like one of those scenes in the movies where you're tiptoeing, but you're still just making a ton of noise. You get over to the door, you touch the doorknob. You open the doorknob slowly, and it's just creaking and rattling the entire time. And you open the door, and it's creaking. And you look back, and the bishop is at his desk sleeping.
Oh, fucking perfect.
He doesn't notice you're there.
Oh my gosh.
As soon
Look,
as I saw 10, I was like, uh oh.
I just
I
want
was
to. I'm just saying. I rolled it, And I rolled a natural 1 for the bishop for
Holy
his
shit.
perception.
I hope you know, I had spells picked out. I had a line picked out. I was prepared for this to turn into a hot zone real quick.
Yeah, so was I. I was kind of hoping that's where it would go, but dice don't lie.
Hey,
Dice
I
do
would
not
to
lie.
about o'clock in the morning and kick them in the woods.
All right, so once you get out the door, what are you doing? You only have about 10 minutes left of this invisibility.
I'm gonna get down the hallway as fast as I can, try and get back to Raphael. Raphael? Who are we with again? Raphael and who?
Omar. By the
Fulmar,
way,
yeah.
how's this conversation going while they're trying to convert me to their stupid cult?
Well, you
I'm-
don't sound very convinced.
I was gonna say you tell me how it's going. They're basically just talking about how great Fanir is, that Fanir is a good god, that he's just misunderstood, and that the other gods paint him out to be evil, but he's not. They set him up, and
As
that
long,
they just
as,
don't
long
like
as
him.
they're not pressing Raphael for any information, Raphael is just going to kind of nod and do the same thing he'd do in court during like a party, where like some random noble's talking his ear off about some issue with his fief. Like he's just like, yeah, that sounds great. No, I understand. And he is just bored, unless they're pressing him. Then things might be different.
No, they're not really pressing you. They're just talking the entire time about how great Fanir is.
Okay, yeah, Raphael is incredibly bored and just doing his best to do the minimum amount of listening to keep the conversation going.
Okay.
And trying to bring in every priest and everyone who might be a threat to our operation into the conversation.
All right.
While keeping an eye on the door that our friend went into.
Roll a perception check for me.
I can do those.
And why he does that?
I can't do those. 8.
8. All right.
I can do those. I cannot do those.
Ben, roll a D100 for me.
All right. Stupid computer, do whatever the fuck you want. 64.
64.
I feel like that's a decent roll.
Depends on what you're looking at and how you're rolling a D100. So, it takes you. You get really unlucky, and there are a bunch of people in your way as you're trying to get out. So
Oh,
it
fuck
takes
me.
you longer than what you anticipated to leave. As you open the door, Raphael, you don't see this door open, and an invisible ally walk through the door. Ben, as you walk through the door, you close it, your invisibility drops, and now you're up on the stage with the altar.
Oh shit.
Do I notice this?
Roll another perception for me.
This one's better. 21.
21. Yes, you notice it.
Okay.
Oh.
I am going to. Is seeing him up there, has like everyone else noticed, or did I notice first?
Ben, as soon as your visibility drops, what do you do?
I'm finding a hiding spot. I cannot get caught right now.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Okay. Does everyone else notice before I do?
We're
Or do
we're,
I notice
we're,
first?
we're getting there.
Okay.
It's gonna be 12.
Fuck.
Oh, let's see. Boop boop boop. Ooh. All right. So, Raphael, you watch Ben as he quickly jumps off the stage and finds like a little out in the open hiding space. He just goes up to an altar, acting like he's been there the entire time.
So,
And
uh,
you see that nobody else seemed to notice this kobold coming out of invisibility.
okay, I'm going to attempt to gracefully exit the conversation and leave the church without arousing any more suspicion.
How are you gonna do that?
By patting my stomach and being like, this has been great, but I'm absolutely famished. I would love to continue this conversation another time, perhaps after I have a meal and some wine. I look forward to seeing you again, and then just kind of walk out and just play my lute and just be as much of an attention whore as possible to give our kobold friend a chance to kind of just slip out less than noticed.
Roll a performance check for me.
I'm not the best at those. That's a 23.
Yeah, I would say that it is successful. And everybody is able to successfully get out without arousing too much uh, trouble.
I had no idea how that worked. I thought like
It-
3 times throughout that we were going to be in combat.
yeah. No, especially when I came out and it was like middle of the altar. And, oh,
Yeah, I rolled a 10 for the perception checks.
If I saw
thank
him
God
first
nobody in that church pays attention.
before anyone else did, I was just gonna pull out my lute and play some weird ballad to Fenrir, but that's totally making fun of him, but in a way that no one in there would notice.
Love it.
I'm just trying to figure out how nobody in that entire church, like the bishop just walks in to take a nap.
Respect it, honestly.
Oh, right.
It's what we
All
call
right.
fate. The universe is on our side.
Well, we're headed back to the tavern, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. And
Ben needs a beer.
we are back to Eat, Kaz, and Drazir. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Good luck.
I think we heard the creepy sound, but I don't think we're going back in there unless you guys have other ideas.
I mean, I wouldn't. Well, we probably want to get out of here as quick as possible.
Well, there's more in the catacombs than there's supposed to be. There's another point of interest. So since we're here already, I think we want to explore that. I just don't think we want to go back in that room because best case is there's nothing. Worst case is combat.
You gotta fight Fenrir himself.
Yeah, we're not doing that. So I mean, I'm for continuing down this tunnel or going back down this tunnel to see if we can find another direction to go.
That's fine. Who's taking the lead?
And I can take the lead this time.
All right. Gotta find my notes. All right. So roll a survival check for me.
Okay.
The leader, so Kaz.
It's gonna be a 17.
A 17.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are you're able to walk the catacombs without getting lost. However, you find that these catacombs are massive, possibly even extending outside of the city limits themselves. You walk for an hour, and then you walk for a second hour, and you don't find anything. Roll a roll an investigation for me this time.
15.
Can we all do that, or
Nope, he's the one that's leading. So, you spend another hour wandering. You find many open rooms, but nothing that really seems to be of critical importance. And then you finally do come across a hidden door that you're able to just barely see. What are you doing?
First, can I do a perception check to see if I hear anything on the other side of the hidden door?
Yeah.
23.
23?
Yeah.
You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
All right, I'm gonna push the door open.
Okay.
Or attempt to push the door open.
You push the door open, and you find yourself in a dark room. Do you have dark vision?
I do.
Okay.
Up to 60 feet.
Yeah, so you find yourself in a small chamber, and you see a small desk with a chair at it. And at this desk, you see a idol of Veneer. And what you are guessing is that there are a bunch of a bunch of offerings to Veneer around this idol.
Okay.
And then you see a little journal next to the idol as well.
Okay. I'll walk up and open the journal.
Are you gonna thumb through it?
Yeah.
Roll an investigation for me. Or perception.
Well, I just rolled a nat 20 on the investigation, so.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So as you're thumbing through it, you see Zalastra's name come up multiple times. And you're able to see that this seems to outline some sort of plan to merge the cult and the church within the Ykin Oligarchy.
is there any way we can do any kind of check to see if this name,
If what?
We already don't know what it is. We
if
already
we've
don't know
heard
what
this
it is.
name before anywhere?
He's already said we haven't.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a clue that we have right now. I'm sure it's right now we know he's involved in something. We have a couple of journals we'll have to figure out if the other party members learned anything or see what else we still got to investigate. We still have our I don't know. How far would I go from there? Is that all I learned from the journal?
Yes.
Um Can I do another perception check to see if there's anything else in the room?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that was not good. 9.
You don't really see anything of note.
All right. Last thing from me, question for my other party members. Are we thinking it could be advantageous or dangerous to mess with the idol and the offerings?
Can we do
Wait, I
like
already have
a
one.
check on it?
Yeah, can we do another? Yeah, I think we should do an Arcana check on it. See, I mean, who knows? It could always be something that adds power. It could be something dangerous if we screw with it. But
I think is it like eyes? In a way?
No,
Well,
I
I'd
mean,
say
if
leave
the
it
eyes
alone.
fucked anyway, because then somebody's already seen us.
Yeah.
would a religion check give us anything though?
You can
If it's part
do
of
you could do an Arcana check and a religion check on it if you want.
All right, I'll do the Arcana check.
well, I got a
20 to 28.
All right.
I don't know nothing.
Yeah. So like, there doesn't seem to be any magic surrounding the idol.
All right, so probably neither way it's gonna do anything.
Right.
I'm gonna smash it.
Okay.
Based.
How
Hammer?
big is the idol? Is it like handheld?
Yeah. This
Yeah.
one. This is just like a little handheld idol.
Yeah, I assume it's just sitting on a little table right now with offerings.
So
Yeah.
if we like pick it up, is there anything on the bottom of it or any other things, or it's just the figure?
It's just a figure.
Yeah, smash that shit.
Okay, I pick it up and throw it against the wall.
No, I already took it. I already did that. It's
Damn
too
it.
late.
They all smash it together.
Hell yeah.
I took my
We play
wooden
football
staff
with it.
I just like swung at it like with my staff with a baseball bat and smashed it into the wall.
And you all take like 30d6 necrotic damage.
Right.
That's why we did the Arcana check.
I mean, we are circle jerk madness. All we do is just fucking hack and slash.
Yeah, and also fuck this guy.
That's not
True.
true. I totally didn't murder everyone in that church like Raphael wanted to.
All right. So that's 5d20 damage that you take. That's a 20.
Where's our saving
That's
throws?
18. Well, another 20. No. You smash the idol and nothing happens.
Great. All right.
For real, fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck this guy. All right.
They were all starting to worry there for a minute when he started counting dice.
No, that's why I did the Arcana check. I was like, all right, this could be, I mean, who knows? Maybe it's advantageous to break these idols. They are on points of interest. Or maybe we're going to enter into combat if I fuck with it. So, or get hurt.
After he broke it, was there anything inside of it?
No.
Damn it.
It's like a Kinder egg of evil.
Except
You never know. There could be a hidden message inside.
except inside is just pure sadness.
Yeah.
Just like Birdie's life.
It's just,
Damn.
Oh, damn.
Damn, alright.
We
So
know
there's
she can't hit
nothing
the
else in
broadside
this
of a
room,
barn,
right?
but damn.
Wait, did I say
I
Birdie?
know.
I meant Anna. My bad. Sorry.
Fuck. Even fucking cutting me deeper. Shit. Okay.
All right. So, you break the idol, and are you trying to leave the catacombs now?
Is there anything else in the room at all? On the
No.
desk at all?
No.
Perception check didn't bring anything up.
Okay.
Granted, it was terrible, but all right. Trazir, you want to lead us out of here?
I guess so.
All right. As you walk out of the room, you feel those cold eyes on the back of your neck again. But this time,
God,
you don't feel it just behind you. You feel it on all sides of you.
Ew.
And you hear the wet laughter coming again from everywhere. I need everybody to make a wisdom save. The three of you.
Feels like someone's trying to sell me something.
Damn it. 10.
Is that if there's a +2 on my saves, is that automatically added?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
What did everybody else get?
13.
10.
All right. You each take 6 points of narcotic damage.
Ooh.
Narcotic or necrotic?
Necrotic. I don't know. Maybe it's that meth. You never know. Or epiphany.
I just wanted to be clear.
All right. Uh, so you're able to successfully leave the catacombs, and by the time you get out, it is dark. Are you heading right back to the tavern?
I think so.
All right. So you head back to the tavern. Raphael, Philmar, and Ben, you waited a couple hours for Bree and Mushu to get there, and then it was another about a half hour before Geek, Kaz, and Drazir all
I'm
showed
gonna do
up.
that.
Raphael was playing and playing music. Had probably had a drink, not enough to get drunk, but just enough to show everyone he was drinking.
All right.
Ben definitely had a few drinks.
Oh, and he was thinking of his daring tales and exploits.
Of course he was.
Anything he
The
does.
time he slayed a dragon, he faced an undead army, single-handedly slayed an undead titan,
I'm gonna be honest, if Raphael did
saved
not
the
do these things,
town,
it would be a slightly concerning.
overthrew a corrupt government in another town and led them to a nice, happy rebellion. All the times that he bedded women or like saved women and then bedded them, always making him out to be the hero.
Of course. Anyways, so
If it
the
was any
night
other time, they
the
should've
night
gave
goes
up.
on. Are you all meeting in your war room? What are you doing?
I would assume that we would be meeting in the war room just to kind of go over all of the information that each one of us has found.
Raphael can't stop talking about how boring and miserable that sermon was, and how he had to fight the urge to just burn that church to the ground.
No, thank God Fulmer was there to not let you burn things to the ground.
True. So we're all in the war room, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Brittany is definitely going to go over, how there are separate entrances to the catacombs and tunnels appear to have been blocked off. The church has only been 20 years old, things of that nature. Oh, and then that particular door that was off limits inside the church is nowhere to be found. That was nowhere to be found within the city plans. Or the church plans, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys all cross information. What are you doing with the night?
I would assume trying to
Ben,
figure out what our next plan was.
Yeah, what points of interest do we have left? Does anybody know? Hold on, I'll pull up my. I think I had them written down.
I feel like we need to know more about this prophecy. I feel like that's the key to solving this puzzle.
All right, we've hit both the catacombs, the church. The church treasury was part of the 3 points of interest at the church, right?
No, the church treasury is a separate building.
All right, I don't know if we hit all 3 points at the church, but
No, we
Nope.
didn't.
You only got one.
all right, so there's still 2 at the church.
Yep.
Did Ben open up the book that he found?
No, I was going to do that here in a minute.
I feel like before we do anything else, we need to know what's in the book.
Yeah. Wait, real quick. Government district, was that they only hit the one spot, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we still have a lot there. All right, let's go through you guys' book.
Yeah.
Alright, give me 1 second. Marking off on my notes everything that you guys have done. Alright, so you open it up, and the first thing that you see are prophecies.
Oh,
Um, so at first, there are 10 different prophecies, and I'm gonna read them. You ready?
maybe.
The first one. When the stars dim and the morning weeps, a storm shall rise from the depths. The world shall tremble as the heavens crack, and veil between gods and men thins once more.
Sounds exciting.
Number 2. From the ruins of forgotten empires one shall rise, crowned in sorrow, clad in the whispers of the dead. His name shall be etched in dust, and his throne built upon the remnants of shattered faith.
Reminds me of Axios.
Number 3. One of unwavering heart shall defy the tide, yet the greatest betrayal shall come from a heart bound by duty. The hunter shall become the hunted, and the blade of fate shall cut anew. Number 4. The cycle of kings and conquerors shall end, as the shackles of destiny corrodes. No throne shall be safe, no kingdom eternal. The wheel shall shatter, and from its ruin a new path shall be carved. Number 5. Where battle's seed is sown, the roots of chaos shall take hold. In war's wake, the verdant tyrant shall rise, twisting life into chains of his own design. Number 6. A day shall come when light is swallowed whole, and only the wicked shall see. The blind shall march with hollow eyes, guided by the whispers of the abyss. 7. Upon the corpse of gods long forgotten, a throne shall rise. The twilight king shall call his court, and the faithful shall kneel in reverence or burn in defiance. 8. When the first bell tolls, the walls shall crack. When the second rings, the dead shall stir. And when the third chimes, the gates shall open, and the lost shall return. Number 9. He shall speak in tongues of silver, wielding faith as a weapon, turning the lost into his devoted. Yet in the end his name shall be forgotten, his kingdom buried beneath the weight of truth. And the last one. The fate of all shall rest in a single choice, to let the world wither in quiet ruin, or to burn away the past in the fires of rebirth. And in the end the Twilight King shall smile, for he shall endure beyond all else. Questions?
I don't even know what to do with all of that.
That was a lot of
Yeah.
information.
Yeah, that
Is
was.
there any way we could? I mean, we have the book. Can we get that copy and pasted into the thing?
Yeah, I'll copy and paste all of these.
Thank you.
Perfect. That's a lot to digest.
So, from what I gathered earlier, the cult's twisting the prophecies to make them seem like the whatever good guys, right?
Right.
So, we could, now that we have the prophecies, we could take them, work with some resistance groups, just get a bunch of people like doomsayers and street preachers belting this shit out in the streets to stir up the people.
And these prophecies weren't like tampered with, correct? This is just like the actual copy of the true prophecies and not just, like edited versions of whatever the church is saying?
So as you turn further into the book, you see that there is a new set of prophecies.
Mm.
Oh, crap. 1 second, sorry. Discord's being dumb. All right, so there are the 10 originals, all right? So and then the new one only has 9. And these 9 make a little bit more sense to you. You ready for these ones?
Yeah.
From the far roads shall he come, clad in sky's embrace, a warrior draped in the sea's hue. His arrival shall be unheralded, yet the faithful shall bow before him, knowing their prophet walks among them. 2. In his grasp shall be a sword of slender fang, one that whispers through the air like a lover's breath, striking true in battle against the wicked. 3. His word shall be both melody and command, turning foes to friends, and calling forth warriors to his side with naught but song and silver tongue. 4. With him shall come discord among the faithless, a storm of tongues and steel, as doubt festers and truth is revealed through conflict. 5. By fate's design he shall stand where rulers sit, his words like a lute's final chord, shaping the destiny of nations. 6. A lute's lament shall be heard where sin festers, and the faithful shall know their prophet walks among them. 7. The people shall kneel, their voices raised, calling him the one foretold. He shall be crowned in the name of the heavens, should he accept his fate. 8. He shall speak in tongues of silver, wielding faith as a weapon, turning the lost into his devoted, yet in the end his name shall be forgotten, his kingdom buried beneath the weight of truth. 9. Where the final song is sung, the prophet shall stand before the abyss, and from the heavens shall descend his foe, wreathed in ruins embrace. The battle for salvation shall begin.
Can we tell which one's the real prophecy and which one's the fake?
Roll a religion check for me.
That's
Can we all do that?
my game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. 17.
Here, I'm also going to roll one.
I didn't do nothing.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I would say based on how everybody is acting like Raphael is the prophet,
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be safe to say that you guys realize that the second one is the real prophecy.
Okay. So I have an idea. It may lead to something horrible,
Oh, no.
but it's funny.
This just in. Water's wet.
What if Raphael turns these prophecies, turns them into a ballad, and starts playing them to the people? That will put a target on our back, but it would get the people on our side much more quickly.
Well, my thought was this. Well, isn't the whole goal is to get all of or as much information as possible to expose the church of their lies and also present this to the General Thibodeau on top of it?
I mean, if you're boring, I guess.
Well, I mean, unfortunately,
Anna is boring.
yeah, more of a wet blanket here. But I mean, we can definitely just trying to not die here is her goal. So
Technically, our goal is to defeat whoever we're supposed to defeat.
that too. Well, also, I mean, she's more thinking in the terms of this time crunch. That because there's a
Well,
chance that there's the chance that the people may not believe Raphael.
well, I have an idea. Let's bring it to the general, as well as disseminating it amongst the people, and then we can have Raphael do the song at the same time, and so we can just spread it out everywhere as quickly as we can, so that we can move, like, just get it everywhere before the church can realize what's happening.
How many days until festival?
Isn't it only a couple?
Yeah, it is currently the end of the 9th of Gloomshroud. The 11th starts the festival.
So we really got like a day,
Yeah.
and then festival starts.
So we have a day to spread it everywhere.
Well, do we feel like that is the best thing, or do we need more information? Because we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of interest as far as I see that we didn't hit.
We're not gonna hit all 10 in one day.
We won't
Yeah,
be able to hit all 10, but that means we're missing at least 10 points of information. We have the prophecy, but that's one part of it.
Well, we also have those journals too, outlining the weaving into the cult to trying to take over too.
Yeah, we have a name too,
Yes.
but we don't know who that is at this time. We don't have enough information. You guys have how the new building was built,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. I mean, that's all we have right now.
Well, we have the prophecies, and we know of the dark rituals in the catacombs and,
Also true.
and sacrifices.
But again,
We also know of them bringing deliveries to the docks.
right, and we don't know what that is yet. We have a day to figure it out. I mean, my point is, we know, like, yeah, one, I don't think we have enough information other than we know some people recognized you as the prophet to think that we're just going to get a bunch of people to turn on our side, or that or people turning on our side is going to be particularly useful. I mean, getting the people to turn on our side could just get them all killed if there's something else going on here.
Oh.
That's one. I mean, it's one goal, but we don't know what else is going on.
I don't know.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
just think we need to turn the people as quickly as we can.
and I do agree. However, I mean, do you think it would be best to split up again, where some of us go to General Thibodeau to present the evidence we already have, while another group goes to the docks, and then another group, namely Raphael, goes around and sings his ballads and everything else like that?
Do we really want him singing those ballads the day before the festival starts, though?
Well, you never know.
I mean, look, if we don't get the people on our side, then the church, like, the people are either on our side or the church's side.
Well, the one part of the prophecy says a voice to sway the hearts of many. So, I mean, if Raphael is already ticking all these boxes, let's say that,
Look, Raphael can go off on a solo adventure, just trying to get the whole town to rally around him, while you guys do whatever else needs to be done.
No, true. And then he also might end
Nothing
up
bad will happen.
assassinated. Yeah, uh-huh.
We want to send Raphael unsupervised.
Oh, Yeet will be his bodyguard.
He has to have a babysitter. I'm sorry.
Yeet as a bodyguard makes it even more hilarious.
True.
Yeet as a bodyguard doesn't actually make me feel safer that nothing dumb is
Yeah,
going to happen.
If anything, it feels a little worse.
I was just about to say that.
Wow, thanks for the vote of confidence, everybody.
I believe in you, Yeet.
Hey, I'm confident that you will cause a fuckload of problems.
All right, Civil War. Let's do it. Round 2.
Second verse, same as the first. Let's start riot. Riot.
But also, I mean, we could try and figure out like each little bit of these prophecies too, so that he ticks off more boxes, so that people, the people will believe him. But even still, I just don't think we have enough time.
We don't. We have to pick and choose what we think is going to be best. I mean, the prophecy does at least provide enough thought to make it like, hey, it might be worthwhile to have Raphael do this. I don't think it's necessarily the only thing we should be doing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And if we had enough evidence, we might be able to get them to. I would think that if we had evidence, we could turn on enough of it. I mean, the general seems to be a respected person here as well. So
and that
I
was
definitely think we
saying.
should let the general know everything we found.
Oh,
And I
absolutely.
think we should also let the resistance group know everything that we found as well.
I mean, do you think maybe it would be a good idea for Raphael to go with the resistance group to also kind of do this, or like rally the townspeople?
I don't think the resistance is going to go out. Well, I mean, we got to go talk to the resistance first and see if we can convince them that this is a good idea, because he might go, this isn't enough evidence to do it, and they might refuse to act now. They might say, well, we're not acting on
if
this.
we just have the resistance go through and disseminate the prophecy to the townspeople in like public places and tell people like, hey, this is what's going on, then if Raphael's also aiding in that while everyone else is going and telling the general, investigating the last few spots we need to investigate, I mean, we basically set it up for the confrontation happening sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But we need to have the confrontation before the festival begins.
Yes.
So you have to think at the end of the next day or that morning, we're having the confrontation. So, like, even if we blow our cover, we can switch taverns or just not go to a tavern and just find some random flop house and just plan that as a meeting point, which should buy us some time because they'll search the tavern first and just
I'm not even worried about blowing our cover and getting into it. I'm worried about having enough info. I want to make sure that we have we got to get, like you said, the people on our side. The resistance has got to be ready to make a move. That's important. That's like an important part of step 1. Step 2 is also to make sure that we're not going to be surprised by something that we didn't investigate properly, and all of a sudden we find out that Big Bad is definitely TPK because we didn't find something that we needed.
We could just save scum and just turn back time. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, remember too that the general did tell you that bring any information that you have to him, and he will decide when the time is right to bring it to the public.
Yeah.
Okay, well, how about we just go to the general first thing in the morning and decide from there?
I think that would be the best.
Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds fine. Because at least at that point, we can all agree on. So, and then we can just kind of make our game plan from there. If that's fine with everybody else.
That's fine by me.
Works for me.
right, perfect. So,
I hope you know I have the ballad ready.
of course. So with that being said, is everybody going to bed now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody
Sure.
finds their bed chambers just fine?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Alright.
I sure as hell hope so.
It depends. How much have you had to drink, Mushu?
Alright, so, Brittany,
Uh-oh.
you're in your bed, you're in your room, you're getting ready for bed. You blow out your last candle, and you crawl into your bed. And as you do, your door opens.
Oh, shit.
Somebody walks in, the candles light up, and before you, you see a average height fellow, long flowing robes, long white beard. Doesn't say anything. He just goes over to your little table that you have in the room and picks up a glass of wine and some food, starts eating and drinking it. And then
Dad?
he looks at you.
It's... Do I recognize him at all?
Oh, you definitely recognize him.
Oh, shit. It's this guy.
Ranidal is just standing there,
Oh,
staring at
my.
you, eating your food, drinking your wine. He walks over to your bed and sits on your bed next to you. He's getting crumbs all over your bed as he's just like very hastily eating.
Oh, my... No, no! She's gonna be she's a little shocked. And the only word she can get out is, she's like, this has to be a nightmare. Is this like, she's not dreaming, right? She's like fully awake. She never went to sleep, closed her eyes, anything. He just barged right in.
Right.
Oh, Lord. She's just gonna go, I thought you were dead. There's no way. You are now in my room, eating in my bed, and getting crumbs everywhere, nonchalantly. There's no way.
Do you want me to start role playing as Ranandol right now, Garrett?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ranandol is going to laugh and just be like, "Death, Brittany, my dear. Oh, Death. You have such a vivid imagination." He's going to continue eating the bread and drinking the wine like a starving man.
But weren't you trying to remember, he fell into the ocean, correct?
Yeah,
That
that's
was,
what you saw. You saw him getting devoured by a kraken.
that's what it was.
Wow.
But you were eaten. There's no way you could have survived that.
He's just going to sigh and shake his head like a disappointed parent. Something Brittany's familiar with.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then he is going to very clearly cast Prestidigitation to clean the crumbs and spilled wine and everything off himself. Not your bed.
Of course.
And he's going to look at you and say, "Brittany, my time is short, but there's something very important to tell you. Listen closely. It's very simple. Oh, Brittany, trembling keeper of borrowed silence, savor the fragile stillness while it lingers, for it is not peace you have not been given, but the deceptive calm before the abyss yawns wide. This quiet is a lie, a hollow breath between the screams of a universe that has never known mercy. The nightmares are coming. They are not specters of a restless sleep, not flickering illusions, birthed by the fervid mind. No, they are more real, real than the waking world, more ancient than the stars that wither above. There is a place where they dwell, a realm vast and unspeakable, where the light dare not tread, and reason dissolves like dead flesh in the tide. It is not prison for prisoners. Hold the powerless. It is a kingdom, and its rulers have stirred. Already their whispers slither along the cracks of reality, seeping into the marrow of your dreams. You feel them before you see them. And in unseen pressure, the edges of your thought, gnawing the sense that you watched from a place your eyes can't reach. And then one night the veil will thin, and you will see. There's no waking from this, no refuge. The nightmare is no more mere phantasm. It is the truth, and we are the dream. Be careful of your nightmares, pretty. And then Ranandal will snap his fingers and disappear.
When Renadol poofs and disappears, the lights go out. Your bed stays covered in spilt wine and crumbs.
Oh my. Oh my gosh. This guy.
You have
This
no option.
comedian.
You have no option but to lay down and try to go to sleep now, as this presence of Renadol has exhausted you to a point that you are no longer able to move out of your bed. You don't have the energy to scrape the crumbs off of your bed. You fall into a deep slumber, and you find yourself inside of a mansion.
Oh no.
You are walking through unfamiliar halls, but the decorations look eerily similar. You have your own thoughts, but you can't control your movements. You come to a room, you knock twice, and you hear a gruff voice coming from the other side of the door. Come in. You walk in, and you find yourself in an office. A large bear rug that you're familiar with sits in front of this large oak desk. Sitting behind the desk, head buried in paperwork, you see your dad.
Oh no.
You walk up to the desk. He motions for you to sit, so you do. Britty, I have a mission for you. He gives a brief description of what the mission is and tells you that you may leave. You stand up, you bow at him, and you turn and leave, no questions asked. And you wake up.
Oh my gosh.
And you still feel yourself in an exhausted state. You lay your head back down on the pillow, find instant slumber. This time, you find yourself in some faraway woods, and you are stalking a monster. You find yourself in the familiar robes that you grew up wearing, a mark of the myth of extinction. You see that there are other hunters with you, one of them being the older version of Brylair.
Oh.
He looks at you. Brady, are you sure that you want to do this? There'll be no coming back from this. You will be indebted to father and mother, and you shall follow whatever they tell you to do if we go through. You nod your head. And the hunt begins. And you wake up in a cold sweat. That's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Well, damn.